Good morning. After having Ellie, Chris and I decided it would be best for all of us if I was a stay-at-home mom. As a young couple, it was hard to keep up with bills and also have enough for food and necessities, let alone activities or vacations. I've always been a bargain hunter and I always shop sales, but it still wasn't enough. It still didn't leave us with much money to save or to even give. It was hard to give offering at church or those begging for a little change without feeling so strapped. So I knew I had to figure out a way to stretch out $1, and that led me to using coupons. I've always prayed to God to just give me a little lift in the direction, and I'll go ahead and take it from there. And always, God has provided. I stumbled upon the show, Extreme Couponing, and tried my hand at it at the local stores. I used coupons from online and in the newspapers, which helped a little, but still not enough. So I prayed again, and once again, God provided. With the help of social media, other couponers in the area, Google, YouTube, and Extreme Couponer websites, I was able to learn how to really stretch my dollar and remain within budget and still have extra money. Finally, I knew I had it down when I went to Walmart, used coupons, and then was paid about $8 and something cents to take 40 items out the door. I've always had the need and want to help the people around me or even overseas, and that was something I always prayed to God for. No matter how little we had, we can always find something to give. Before couponing, it was a bit difficult to give without feeling strapped, but now I can help all the people around me generously. I may not have a lot of money to give, but I've been able to provide teachers with supplies and mothers with diapers and wipes. It's been a humbling experience to help those around me. For me, couponing and God go hand in hand. With 3 kids, it's been a challenge financially. And there have been many times where we really had to trust the Lord to provide. Even through those trying times, God has always shown his presence. I've seen it not only through me, but through my husband and my kids as well. There was a time that Chris went to Safeway for a deal on big bags of Lay's potato chips. With just a little less than $10, he was able to buy 26 bags of chips. On the way home, he saw a man with a sign asking for a little bit of change for food. He already had the intention of giving the man a bag, but instead of offering any bag of chips first, Chris asked him what was his favorite flavor. When the man said barbecue, Chris handed him a big bag of barbecue-flavored chips. The man was emotionally happy and so thankful. As Chris told me that story, I saw the gift of giving gave him a sense of joy. I know this because I have that sense of joy whenever I see God's work. When I go to the store, I make sure to organize all my coupons and bring enough cash for what I plan on buying. This helps me from overspending and buying anything else I don't need at the moment. During one of my many trips to Target, I had a plan to buy 8 tubs of detergent for less than $20. Now, this particular trip went a little different. Miraculously, I walked out with $20 still in my wallet, but with about 26 tubs of detergent and a $10 gift card. Still to this day, I have no idea how it happened. Anyway, on my way home, my kids wanted to eat Jollibee. So we're pulling into the plaza. I see a family of 5 with 2 very small children and a toddler on the corner asking for food. I already knew God had something better planned with the money in my wallet. I was able to buy each of my own family a meal, and I also bought a meal for each of their family members. It's always a blessing to be able to give to those in need, and an even bigger blessing knowing God trusts my family and me to be the ones to provide. Chris and I strongly believe that everything we have in our possession isn't necessarily ours but the Lord's, and it's up to us to give God's gifts to those around us. Before couponing, I didn't feel I could afford to give, but I've learned it isn't always about money or material things. Giving can be just about anything. When I give out to those on the streets, I've also taken the time to ask their names and ask how their day was. I don't do it often since my life is pretty busy, but when I do make the time to just sit and talk for even 5 minutes to someone that needs food or a bit of change, you kind of make a new friend. Being generous is easy. There's always something to give, but being generous with time and patience, that's something a bit different. Couponing has helped my family tremendously. We're able to stretch out $1 by a long way and still have enough to save. With 3 small children and me still being a stay-at-home mom, I find ourselves comfortable financially, and even comfortable enough to provide for those in need. We definitely don't feel strapped when we give. When I would pray, there was always something to ask for, but now I find myself constantly thanking the Lord with all the blessings I have in life. He's given my family way more than we need, but so much more to give. My trust in Him has grown, and I find myself even closer to God. I still live a very humble life, but with still more to give. Thank you.